My boyfriend accused me of earning dirty money and tried to take our baby, so I left him. For several years, I worked as a stripper. No shame about it. It paid better than anything else available, and I treated it like a business. I quit when a better job came up, but while I danced, I lived cheap. Aldi meal plans, charity shop clothes, DIY hair and nails, a tiny studio with creaky plumbing, no holidays, no treat yourself. I had a number taped above my kettle and moved toward it a little every week. I watched older dancers buy cars and cash and pay off homes. Locker room aunties taught me money. Don't co-sign with a boyfriend. Pay yourself first. Keep an emergency fund. Count your cash with the door locked. I made spreadsheets. I put tips into envelopes. I built a runway. Eventually, I did it. I bought a 3-bedroom flat, paid off, no mortgage. Signing felt surreal. That place became my pride and joy because it represented safety and freedom. At first, I rented the spare rooms short-term. Then I kept them empty because having options felt like wealth. A little over a year ago, I met my now ex. We clicked. He was quirky and charming, had a startup dream, swore he didn't judge my past. He did ask me to tell his family I'd been a waitress, which I agreed to because I didn't want to defend my CV at Christmas. A few weeks ago, I found out I'm pregnant. Total surprise. We weren't trying. When I told him, he was excited. He said, we should move in together. Naturally, I assumed he'd move into my flat. I own it. It's big. His place is a tiny rental. Instead, he said he wouldn't feel comfortable raising a child in a home bought with stripper money. He claimed he didn't judge me, but said the flat had the wrong energy for a family. He wanted me to sell so we could buy together. A fresh start. He said it wouldn't feel like our place if his name wasn't on the deed. I said no. That home is my security. I reminded him he never minded that stripper money paying for dinners, little trips, or the watch I bought when he landed his first client. He said this was different. A child is involved. I want something cleaner. I asked, if I sell this and buy a new place with the proceeds, isn't that still stripper money? He said, dead serious. Well, yeah, but it'd be repackaged. I almost laughed at the mental gymnastics. When I didn't say yes, he said he was going back to his flat because I can't talk to you when you're being emotional. Translation, when I'm not agreeing. Now he's texting that I'm irrational. I need to be realistic. And he can't raise his child in a place like that. He keeps saying if I want to build a life together, I'll sell, get a joint mortgage, and put his name on the deed. It won't feel like our place otherwise, I told my sister. She sided with him, said I should let go of my past and sell to build a future with him. Also, men need to feel like providers. My eye twitched. So, am I being too stubborn? Is selling reasonable? Or is my gut right that he wants me to erase my independence and tie my asset to him? Top comment. Let's say you do sell it. How much would you both be contributing to the new place? OP's reply, he doesn't have savings. He quit his job to start a company, but it's struggling. 4 clients in a year. He's picking up hospitality shifts at minimum wage to cover rent. He burned through what he had. So realistically, I'd fund the house. Either rent out my flat and cover a joint mortgage, or sell and cover 80% plus of a new place. Either way, he's moving in with little to no contribution. Top comment 2. So he wants you to liquidate your asset, move into a place you mostly pay for, add his name to the deed, and call it clean energy? That's not spiritual, that's strategic. OP's reply, seeing it spelled out is sobering. Yes. Top comment 3. Ask him if he'd object if the flat were bought with an inheritance. If he says no, it's not about the energy, it's about controlling you. OP's reply, he said an inheritance would be fine. So yeah, not about the money's source. Top comment 4. Compromise test. Suggest he move into your place with a cohab agreement, pay proportional expenses, and you both save for a future buy. If he still insists you sell now so he can be on a deed he didn't fund, you have your answer. OP's reply, I tried, he dodged. The deed is the hill he wants to die on. Top comment 5. NTA to yourself. Don't sell a paid-off home to appease someone who brought nothing. Protect your asset for your child. OP's reply, thank you. Needed that. Update. Posted 3 days later. I took your advice. I told him I'd consider selling and buying together if he contributed 50%, and we had a cohab prenup-style agreement to protect both assets. He lost it. He said I was putting money before our child, accused me of trying to humiliate him by bringing up his earnings, and then, this made my blood run cold, said, I thought a baby would fix things. I asked what he meant. He said, you think you just magically got pregnant? Are you that naive? I quietly started recording on my phone. He tried to backtrack, said he was joking, then blurted that he helped things along. He tampered with the condoms. He claimed it was only once. Who knows? He said he panicked because I kept delaying the future. I have the recording. He also admitted his plan was I'd sell the flat, we'd get a joint mortgage, and I'd inject cash into his failing startup. His words, inject cash. I told him to leave and not come back. He called me dramatic. I pointed at the door. He left. Since then, he's ping-ponging between rage and love bombing by text. He's threatened to go for majority custody, so I'll have to pay him. He said, out loud and recorded on another call, you'll end up paying me. He thinks his big extended family gives him a leg up. I've stopped responding directly. Everything is through a solicitor now. I also booked therapy because my reply, please don't be mad at me reflex needs a factory reset. Top comment, reproductive coercion is abuse. You have evidence. Do not tip him off. Give the recordings to your solicitor. Consider reporting to police to create a record. Ask your solicitor about timing. OP's reply, thank you. I'm documenting everything and will discuss reporting. Commenter 2, communicate only via email or a co-parenting app if proceedings start. Screenshot, backup, timestamp. If he turns up, don't engage. Call non-emergency police. OP's reply, done. Backups made. Solicitor approves. Update 2, posted a week later. Title, I have 2 recordings of my ex admitting to birth control sabotage. Can I use these? England. My ex didn't know I was recording. 2 audio files, 1 call, 1 in person. Names mentioned. In both, he admits to tampering with condoms, says a pregnancy was part of a plan to fix things and get me to sell my paid-off flat so we'd get a joint mortgage and I'd inject cash into his startup. Questions. Is one-party recording legal? Are these admissible in family court? Should I tell him I have them? I have a family solicitor. Appointment is later this week. Commenter. Solicitor Flair. If you are a party to the conversation, recording is generally lawful. Admissibility is at the judge's discretion. Family courts focus on the child's welfare. Evidence of coercive control, hot reproductive coercion can be highly relevant to credibility, safeguarding, and contact. Do not alert him. Provide originals to your solicitor. Keep a contemporaneous log of all interactions. OP's reply, thank you. I won't tell him. Everything's backed up and logged. Commenter 2, also consider that tampering with condoms can constitute sexual assault. Speak to your solicitor before reporting to police to coordinate with family proceedings. OP's reply, noted. I'll raise it at my appointment. Update 3, posted 3 weeks later. AETA for refusing to sell my paid-off flat, bought with stripper money, and going for full custody after my ex admitted to baby trapping me. Short version, he said he couldn't raise a child in a home, bought with stripper money, demanded I sell so we could buy together with his name on the deed. When I asked for 50%, he exploded and admitted, on recording, to tampering with condoms because a baby would fix things and get me to inject cash into his dead startup. He's now threatening majority custody, so I'll have to pay him. I've retained a solicitor who thinks I have a strong case for full custody, or at least severely limited contact, given the recordings and his messages. I've started therapy, stopped direct contact, and documented everything. My sister is still chirping, a baby needs both parents. I'm not engaging. Ada, top comment, NTA. You're protecting yourself and your child from reproductive and financial abuse. Keep your flat, your evidence, and your boundaries. OP's reply, thank you. Seeing abuse named helps. Top comment 2, update your will and appoint guardians. 1 safe parent greater than 2 with 1 unsafe. OP's reply, appointment booked. Update 4, posted 1 month later. It's twins. Went in to confirm I was 14 weeks. I'm closer to 16, and there are 2. The sonographer thinks they're identical. I'm excited and terrified. I have space, a solid support network, and decent leave. But twins? Twin mums, please send wisdom. Top comment, twin mum here. Tips, join your local twins club. The secondhand market and support are lifesavers. Twin feeding pillow, looks ridiculous, works. Keep them on the same schedule. Wake the sleeper to feed with the waker. Stagger help, ask for meals and chores, not just let me know.